So here I am, out on the street, in noisy traffic, having a talk. This must be how I roll now. So I'm out here again. I don't even know what that means. So I'm out here and I was on a walk. I was gonna go do some work at another coffee shop because that's what I do. I wanted to do the walk because I needed to inspire some idea, some thought about things, because it's been incredibly noisy. It had me the last week, the last 10 days, well, by the time you see this, 14 days almost, since the inauguration. Very tumultuous, tempestuous, other words that start with T. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Unless, of course, you voted for the man and, you know, you guys are happy. But we know that's probably not likely because he's got less than a 50% approval rating. But, you know, look, I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not going to talk about politics. As much as I may want to, I'm not going to talk about civil rights. I'm not going to talk about anything that's happened, you know, politically, sociopolitically, across the world. I'm not going to talk about anything. But sometime back, I'd made a declaration that I was going to use my voice, my ability, my art as a voice for positivity, a way to encourage other people in times of stress, strain, you know, strife. Other words that start with ST. And the election and the inauguration and everything that's happened since has really kind of knocked me off that game because I've gotten pretty vocal in my politics. That's me, that's my thing. I don't expect you to believe me. I don't expect you to listen to me. I don't expect you to do anything except be a good human. That's the only thing I expect you to do, is be a good human. The point I'm bringing up here is that at times when we get into these modes, and I say we, I really mean me, but maybe you too, get in these modes where we're so singular focused on this thing, this trouble, this strife, that we forget there are other things to be appreciative about. I was listening to a video, watching a video rather, of a woman that goes by the name Evelyn on the internet. So I will link to her. You can check her out on YouTube. She was talking about how one of her people, which she calls her cousins, one of her people asked her to talk about things that are going on. And she said, no, not gonna. We don't always have to be these social justice warriors. I'm not saying we shouldn't be. I'm not saying we shouldn't speak our mind. I'm not saying we shouldn't voice ourselves. I'm going to voice my opinion. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. It doesn't have to be every single day. For a couple of reasons. Number one, if I did this every single day, if I talked the way I talk and shared what I shared every single day, you'd be gone. You'd be history. You'd be tired of me. Second, I'd be tired of me. I'd be worn out, and I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling worn out right now, and hence why this video is a little bit of a downer. I think it's important. I think it's important to stand up for what's right. The sun's starting to come around, so I'm gonna move. I think it's important to stand up for what's right. I think it's important to do the right thing. I think it's important to think of other people beyond ourselves, not just think about how this stuff affects me, but how it affects my neighbor, how it affects my loved ones. And there's a lot of people in the world that don't think that way. They only think about how this affects them. I can't fix those people. Not ever probably going to fix those people. But I can still stand up for the ones that don't get thought about. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm not gonna stop doing that. But I don't have to do it every single day. I need, at some point, I need to rejuvenate. I need to pull back. I need to stop reading Facebook. How you doing? I need to look at art. I need to look at art that inspires, not just art that inflames. I need to look at a world that is beautiful and see it for what it is, rather than seeing for what it might become. And so I've thought about this a lot. Like, how do I create space in my life where I have the stuff that I want to talk about, when I want to talk about it, but yet I still have the other stuff, the happy stuff. It's troubled me, it really has, because I've wondered, like, okay, this is what I thought. If I have one message in one place, let's say Facebook, and then I go to YouTube and I have a different message, or if I have one message on Facebook or one on Instagram, or, you know, you get what I'm saying. If I have different messages in different places, am I fracturing my brand? Am I fracturing my image? Or am I creating a space for someone like you to follow me in the ways that they want to follow me? If they want to hear uplifting, powerful content, if they want a little bit of a whip crack, if they want to hear the social justice warrior, they want to hear the political punk rocker, they want to hear all these things, but they want to hear them in different spaces at different times, well, they can go there. They can go to Instagram for one thing, they can go to Facebook for another, they can go to YouTube for another. I guess really what it comes down to is I just don't have the answers right now. I don't have the answers to anything right now. It's so crazy to me, the things that are happening, and I'm doing my part. I'm writing letters, sending emails. I made a donation to the ACLU. Not that you should pat me on the back for that, but I've never made a donation to the ACLU, and I made a donation to the ACLU. I'm also going to be doing some work where some of my proceeds go to different charities, ACLU being one of them. Am I going to be the most powerful political figure ever? No, I'm not going to be. I don't want to be, because I want to have a good time too. I want to be able to have a conversation with you and you not feel like I'm going to dump on you all my political beliefs. There's a time and space for all that stuff, and I have to be better about choosing the time and space. There's another thing that I just thought of this just now. After the car. Lots of cars right now, lots of cars. If we're constantly barraging people with a certain message, it's gonna dumb it down, it's gonna mute it, it's gonna dilute it. Have you ever known somebody that curses a lot? Maybe they drop the F-bomb a lot, and after a while it's like, it just gets tiring, like you just don't want to hear it anymore? That's like politics, right? Same thing. Talking about politics, talking about sociopolitics, talking about civil liberties, these should not be things we drone on about. The message is going to get diluted and people are going to tune out. Talking about these things, they should sound like an atom bomb went off in front of somebody's face and it woke them up. An atom bomb might be a bit extreme. They should feel like a firecracker went off in their face and they woke up to the message. Just like an F-bomb. You drop an F-bomb in the exact right place and people's eyes open up. You drop a political statement, the right time, the right place, people's eyes are open up. The right message right now is that not gonna do it all the time, because I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I want you to know that even though I might be spitting some of this stuff, I'm still thinking about other things. Gotta move again. I'm still doing things that, you know, hopefully are good things that everybody believes in. Listen, really the main point is this. I appreciate you guys, and thanks for hanging out. And if I get to, you know, one way or the other, you know, feel free to tell me. I'm okay with that. All right, folks, that's it for me. I'm gonna mosey. I've rambled on enough. But while I'm gone, you can go over here, check out my last video. You can do that, or you can go over here, check out my more popular stuff, or you can subscribe here, which is even better. And also, you can like this video. That would be great too. Oh, finally, go find my work right there. That's it. Remember, be good today, be even better tomorrow. See ya.